This is week 23 of posting camcorder videos every week until the whole world can type at the speed of thought. Today I'm going to introduce you to the Forge Cleat. Somebody watching this video has visited the Forge keyboard website and thought about what does it actually mean to have a keyboard built for you. Well, here's one thing that you haven't thought about. Having a keyboard that can adapt to any user in any use case is amazing, but what actually happens to the elements of the ecosystem when you're not using them? Like all these parts that are flying off the screen, where would they actually go in real life? If you've been following our progress in Forge Unlockables, you might be thinking, well, we just unlocked this premium hard shell carrying case. It's now free with every pre-order. I'll just put everything in there. And that's fine, you can do that. This will certainly keep everything safe and secure, but there's some important things to consider when you're evaluating something like this as a long-term versus a short-form organization and storage solution. For starters, this is probably big enough you're not going to want it sitting on your desk all the time. Another important thing to consider is that potentially everything inside of this can be a different shape and a different size. So for this simple example to illustrate, the Master Forge is a lot taller than these smaller add-ons and bolt-ons that are next to it. So whenever the foam comes down from the top to press down on the Master Forge and hold it in place, it potentially can leave a cavity in the area immediately adjacent to it, and that will allow some of the smaller stuff to rattle around or not be securely held. And sure, we could cut out some pockets so that everything has a designated place in the foam, but that sort of moves us away from the essence of why we created Forge in the first place. Yes, it is challenging to organize something which is infinitely expandable and infinitely customizable, but we kind of realize that's basically what we have to figure out how to do. The moment we start making assumptions and dictating to a user exactly how things are supposed to go together, then how can we truly say that Forge is a keyboard built for you? Introducing Forge Cleat. In addition to keeping all your smaller bolt-ons and add-ons organized within your travel case, you can also set up Forge Cleat in your work area. These threaded lifters are used in a number of different places throughout the Forge ecosystem. In addition to being able to fit in the holes that run from the top and the bottom of Forge Cleat, they can also screw into the back to allow your cleat to stand or lean depending on which length that you use. In addition to the threading holes being on the bottom, there's also some on the top so that the Forge Cleat can hang on the edge of 90-degree surfaces like a table or the edge of your PC. From the side, the dovetail profile is the same that you find on the slotted rail as well as the bookend rail, so you can slide any of your bolt-ons on just like you would on the edge of your keyboard. You can take the included Allen key to secure it, or you can just simply leave it loose. The vertical holes go all the way through, so you could put in your included Allen key, or anything really. It doesn't even have to be related to Forge. Here's a screwdriver and a keycap puller. Yeah, who knows what you might want to put in there. The slots on the front are for your mini connectors when not in use. And of course, that's just USB-C, so if you want, you can also put your cables for your electromechanical bolt-ons in there. Either wrap them around or just leave them hanging off. And if you're looking for something that's a little bit more stable and semi-permanent, you can put a command strip on either side of those on-center holes, or put a screw through and mount it to your wall. And that's my plan for the Forge Cleat. I need to find a cool way to arrange a bunch of them on the wall back here, so all my Forge stuff can be both on display and always ready when I need it. It seems like a shame to take all these beautifully machined parts and lock them up in a box somewhere. But yeah, I know it's not a major thing. It's not a huge innovation compared to a lot of the stuff we're doing, but I think it's nice to include. So we are planning to include one of these free with every single pre-order, just as another way of thanking you guys so much for your support. One of many surprises to come. And in addition to listing it on the store, we're also going to make the 3D files available so that anybody with the know-how and the tools can make their own. Oh yeah, and did I mention that we have over 200 backers and are almost 90% of the way to unlocking the Master Forge? At this rate, we might actually fund the Master Forge completely before we even have a chance to launch the Kickstarter, which would be wild. It's a race against the clock. Everybody in our team is working their tails off getting this campaign to the finish line. We had an amazing video shoot and photo shoot of our Master Forge this week, and I cannot wait for you guys to see the results. It is going to blow you away. I know in the past we've got a lot of criticism that we don't really do like marketing, or we don't take good pictures or videos and stuff, but that's all changing this time, guys. And man, I want to show you so bad right now, but we're going to wait. This is our 5th video since switching from short form to long form content, and we've had a lot of new people coming in to join our YouTube community. So I also just wanted to take a moment to say thank you and welcome. You know, it's funny, now that I'm making content for YouTube primarily rather than TikTok, I feel like this weird social pressure from no one in particular that, oh, this is the end of your video. This is when you have to ask people to press the subscribe button. And I don't really like that. I feel like I'm just grateful that you're watching. Like, if you made it all the way through the video up until this point, there's not really much more I can ask for to that. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey, and I hope that I see you next time.